powerful. Digging deep means actually looking inward to what you could be doing better, but also it's about finding community and finding others who are also looking internally at how they can do better. So
Dig deep means having a voice and making your voice heard. And I feel like we all have to do that and be champions for not only ourselves, but champion for our community.
Digging deep means that no matter how tired we get, we have to understand that there's a message and a mission that we're here for. And so when we get tired, we pause, but we have to continue on. Digging deep means that we have to go the extra mile, even when we don't feel like it. Digging deep means that even when we think we've lost, we need to know that we've won.
We can't stop. And so digging deep is simply just locking down, anchoring down, even though it may get hard, even though we feel like that the needle isn't moving, trusting our gut, sticking to our guns, and just continue to stay active and proactive. And that way we can pass that on to the next generation that comes behind us.
And at times it can just be so exhausting. You have to keep thinking about tomorrow, right? 2 steps forward, 1 step back. But if we don't keep pushing, if you're not the person that speaks up, if you're not the person who's on the front line advocating, then who will?
Right? It's interesting that we are saying workplaces are tired, but what about your workforce? Because your diverse workforce has no choice but to be diverse and to be different. So therefore, the workplace cannot be tired and fatigued of something you can't get rid of unless you are trying to get rid of any difference that makes a difference within your workplace. So I would say digging deep starts with looking at your people, also looking at where we will be in the next 10, 20, 30 years. The marketplace is only getting diverse, so it is a critical business priority. It is a critical business priority from a marketplace perspective, the ideas that you're coming up with in the workforce. It is critical from a consumer perspective who is buying your products. So there is no place for workplace fatigue. I think digging deep really means that we need to look at our people, who we have now, who we will have in the future, and how we can make sure that we are creating places of belonging and inclusion for our people so that we can really also outperform in the marketplace. So there's no room for fatigue in the workplace.
Digging into what is authentic to you, because when you're working from an authentic place, you won't get tired. You'll keep going. So as it relates to our work, standing up every day and continuing to fight for what you believe in, because it's still us, right? We're still in our own skin. So we have no choice but to keep going. So digging deep is turning back on, keeping going forward, and just keep pushing through.
It means looking for new ways to re-engage people who are of a diverse identity, as well as people who can be allies, to try and find commonalities that will inspire us to work together and harder.
We all need to dig deep and really understand that to move the needle on a lot of these topics, we really need to accelerate some of the work that we're doing. So
if you're in those seats, if you're in those rooms, be bold to speak truth. Be bold to advocate for companies that you know are competent, even though they are Black or even though they are brown. You know they're competent and you know that they can do a good job. Or when you see things or you hear things not being done right by your companies or your clients, really speaking up and holding them accountable. So digging deep to me is holding yourself accountable, holding your clients or your employer accountable, and most importantly, having unity.
Our cultural structures to dismantle systems. And we are not digging deeper if we are not looking at the systems inside of our organizations through hiring, through budgeting, through training, through promotion, through retention, and things of that nature. If we are not looking at how to dismantle those systems, we're not going to be able to move the needle. So I believe that digging deeper means that we are looking to see what is broken, figuring out how to fix it. And if we are rehearsing practices that are broken, then we need to be able to throw those practices out of the way and recreate new ones.
At its core, DEI is about all of us being equal, all of us having opportunities, right? Not a hand out. It is a hand up in a space that didn't have that for us. We fought for that space. And when I say we, I see any person of color, any person who's gone through adversity. It is not a displacement of someone else to allow others to rise. It is an equaling of opportunity. So when